I am going to tell you about test anxiety and one way to work through it. This information is taken and adapted from the textbook called Essential Study Skills by Linda Wong. Anxiety is when you feel stress, worry about, or are afraid something will happen to you. Test anxiety comes from the stress, worry, or fear you feel when you think about what might happen on a test. Sometimes test anxiety can make students not do well on tests. A student can get test anxiety before a test and during a test. When students have test anxiety, here are some signs that show them that they have it. Body. Some ways that the body shows you might have test anxiety are: you might have a headache or an upset stomach, a fast heartbeat, or your body might shake. Feelings. Some feelings that show you might have test anxiety include feeling sad, mad, or tired. Thoughts. Some thoughts that show you might have test anxiety are: I can't pass this test. I'll fail no matter what. I don't remember anything I studied. Or, I need to finish this so I can feel better. I don't care if I get the questions wrong. Actions. Some actions that show you might have test anxiety are procrastination. From learnersdictionary.com, procrastination is to do something later because you don't want to do it now. When we have anxiety, we may not want to study for the test because we are scared of questions and not prepared. Crying. It is normal to cry when you are upset or sad about something. Crying can tell us that we are sad or mad about the test because we are worried about failing. There are a few reasons why you might have test anxiety. You could have test anxiety because you do not feel prepared. You might try to study all the information in one night. You may feel you are not prepared because you could not learn all the information in one night and worry about the test. Another reason for test anxiety is because you might have had a bad experience in the past. Sometimes an experience might make us think that we cannot do something. This means that you will always think that tests are bad, or you will always get a bad mark on tests. Also, you might think, what happens if I fail? Who will be mad at me? Fear of failing might cause you to worry about this before and during the test. One more reason you might have test anxiety is because you are not familiar with how to solve the different questions that are on the test. How do you choose the right answer for a multiple choice question? How do you answer a short answer question? I'm going to tell you one way that can help you when you have test anxiety. This way is done before you take a test. One way you can reduce test anxiety is to make a fake test before you have to write the real test. A fake test means that you would make up questions that could be asked on the test. By doing this, you are able to practice doing a test and replace the bad thoughts with good thoughts like, I can practice and get better at these questions. The more I practice, the better I will be at these questions on the test. To do this, you want to think about three things: questions, time, and practice, or QTP. First, you want to think about what questions will be on the test. Also, what type of test is it? Will it be a unit test, a midterm, a final exam? Did your teacher give you information about the test? Sometimes teachers will tell you what to study and what type of questions will be on the test. For example, a Norquest student, Aria, has a math test in one of her courses. The math test will be on Unit 1, multiplication, and Unit 2, division. The teacher said there will be 10 multiplication questions, 8 multiple choice, and 2 word problems, and 10 division questions, 8 multiple choice, and 2 word problem. The teacher also said that students must show all their work. How should Aria prepare for the test? Aria knows what units are on the test. This is where she can get the information to make fake questions. She can get some of these questions from class notes, her textbook, and homework. The second thing you need to think about is time. How much time do I have to take the test? And how long does it take me to answer each question? After Aria found the questions for her fake test, she timed herself to see how long it would take her to complete a multiplication and a division question. She is able to answer a multiplication question in 1 minute and a division question in 2 minutes. To find out how long it would take to write the test, Aria decided to calculate it. First, she made 8 lines on the board. Each line is a question. Since it takes her 1 minute to complete a multiple choice question, she counted the lines to find out how many minutes it would take to complete the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means that it will take her 8 minutes to complete multiple choice multiplication questions. For the division questions, it will take her 2 minutes each question. She decided to draw 8 lines on the board. This time, she's going to count each line twice to represent how many minutes she spends on a question. I like to count it by circling the line in different places. When I do this, I'm able to count the circles. For example, I circle the top and the bottom like this. 1, 2. This means that it will take her 16 minutes to complete multiple choice division questions. Aria is worried about the math word problems. They take her more time to understand and complete. She practiced questions for both multiplication and division and timed herself. Both multiplication and division word problem questions take her around 3 minutes to complete. As you can see, it would take her 12 minutes to complete 4 word problems. Aria now knows that it will take her 8 minutes to answer multiple choice multiplication questions, 16 minutes for multiple choice division questions, and 12 for word problems. If we add these numbers together, she will spend 36 minutes on her test if she kept the times she practiced. Her teacher is giving the class 1 hour to complete the test. This means she has enough time to complete the questions and some extra time to go over her answers. The third step is to practice. This means answering the fake questions and timing yourself as though you would be going through the test. Make sure to be in a place that will be the same as the place where you will write your test. Is the area loud or quiet? Are you sitting on a chair or stool? This helps you focus and make the fake test as real as it would be. Doing the fake test will help you see how you might do on the real test. Another thing you can do to practice for the test is to talk to other classmates. See if you can make fake questions for each other. Other things you can do after you practice your fake test is to go over past homework to get more fake questions. If there are some questions in your homework that you got wrong, try using those for your fake test. Ask your instructor for help with these questions. You can also visit the Tutorial and Academic Coaching Center for homework help and other ways to have less test anxiety. By going through these steps, QTP, question, time, and practice, you can start to feel better about the real test because you can complete many questions and feel good that you have practiced and prepared for the test. To review, test anxiety comes from the stress, worry, or fear you feel when you think about what might happen on a test. Some ways to know that you have test anxiety can be through your body, feelings, thoughts, and actions. There are different reasons why you might have test anxiety. If you make a fake test by following the QTP, questions, time, and practice, you will feel less worried about the test. If you'd like to learn more about test anxiety, go to norquest.ca/tutor and speak with a tutor coach.